My name is Maeve, as you know, and I was born a very, very, very long time ago in 2008. A great year where nothing bad happened. No recession, no housing crisis, nada. And when I was born, I popped out into a world filled with connection. Internet connection, that is. Televisions, video games, high-speed internet, that all existed by the time I was born. I have never lived in a time where the internet was not in existence. And honestly, that's affected me a lot. I am addicted to Instagram, my friends here can tell you that. I am overly insecure, and I have seen terrible news stories broadcasted on YouTube since I was 5. Being a teenage girl in the digital world has shaped not just me, but my peers here today in irreversible ways. In 2008, the greatest year on earth, Obama was elected into office in large part due to his advocacy online through the internet. He connected with youth voters, and as a result, they showed up for him. I've lived to see some of the greatest technological advancements: political campaigns, social media, cryptocurrency, and now, in this present moment, with artificial intelligence. The internet, social media, they have been used in extraordinary ways to shape our world. And it's not just me that's been affected by this. My peers have been affected by this. This generation has seen social media and the internet in ways generations before us never have. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about how innovative social media can be. Humanity has given us one of the greatest tools for togetherness, and it currently lies in the hands of our youth. What happens next is up to us. Olga Misik, she was 17 when she sat in the path of Russian soldiers and read the Russian Constitution. She read 4 sections of it. The section talking about the right to freedom of speech, the section talking about the right to vote in fair and free elections, the section talking about the right to peaceful demonstrations, and the section talking about how the people's will are what shapes the country. 17-year-old Olga Misik was just one of 1,000 protesters arrested that July day. How did this happen? Social media. Russian protesting movements, they haven't been this big in a really long time. And one of the biggest protests that started Russian citizens' New Age anti-government movement happened in 2012, when Putin was running for a 3rd term. As people realized what was happening, they started to organize online, and this protest became bigger and bigger and bigger. And since this protest, there has been massive demonstrations in Russia consistently. Olga Misik, this 17-year-old girl, she says that what motivates her to protest is the videos she's seen online with social media. And don't be mistaken, this is not unique to Russia at all. We've seen this in various countries across the world. In the United States, we saw this during the Black Lives Matter movement after the killing of George Floyd. In Iran, we saw this on September 16th, 2022, when a woman was killed for not adhering to the dress code. In Nigeria, we saw this during the End SARS movement. In Belarus, we saw this after the 2020 election. Social media, it has touched nearly every facet of our world. That's how innovative it is. Grassroots movements, demonstrations, protesting, they have been impacted and they have been promoted as a result of social media. Like I said before, in 2008, there was a political campaign that used social media to its advantage. Arab Springs, the protesting movement that happened in the Middle East, many people call it the first ever Twitter revolution. In 2011, the Egyptian revolution happened as a result of Twitter and Facebook. This is interesting because the world, humans saw something they have never seen before with grassroots movements. They saw the addictive, the casual, the enticing world that is social media. And don't be mistaken, social media is not all good. It has the ability to unite us through provocative videos about political discourse, through story posts and hashtags, but it also has the ability to divide us through hate comments and misinformation and polarization. We know that all too well. But what I'm here to talk about, what I really, really want to promote, is the ability to use it as a tool for togetherness, the ability to use it as a tool to create effective change. And I want to show you one more example before I bore you all about how it can be used effectively. When 22-year-old Masha Amani was killed, thousands of posts flooded in across different platforms under the hashtag Masha Amani. These posts came on websites like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And they were organized because Masha Amani was killed for not adhering to the dress code in Iran. But during these protests, according to the United Nations, 300 people were killed. These were massive demonstrations that were organized online. And the Iranian government, they shut down the internet across the country. But this is the most magical part about it. Humans found ways to innovate. When the internet got shut down, they turned towards VPNs. They rerouted their networks. They found ways to stay online. They found ways to keep the international community updated. That's the power we hold. We can start movements nowadays from a single post or hashtag. At a different point, in 2019, the Iranian government shut down everything but Telegram. And so naturally, Telegram became the hub of communication and organization. Telegram became the hotspot where it's at. And as a result, people started to organize with Telegram. And then one day, everything got shut down, and people took these groups offline into the real world. They started to organize at in-person events. They started to keep the international community updated through word of mouth. A citizen group called 15,000 Tazvir was formed, and the citizen group kept the international world updated purely through word of mouth. People would ask to join the collective in different ways. And at a different point, at the very end of this, Instagram got shut down, Facebook got shut down, Twitter got shut down, WhatsApp got shut down. They turned towards a different service, Tor, an encrypted browser. That is the power we hold. This is a perfect example. Social media, protests, movements, these can happen through one single course of action, one post or hashtag. And when that gets taken from us, when the internet gets taken from us or gets shut down, we as humans, as innovative creatures, find ways to keep it up, to make protests happen. We turn towards Telegram or we turn towards Tor. That's how innovative we are. And I know it may seem scary. The internet is a really scary place. It's attributed for causing a lot of damage to our world, causing misinformation, causing insecurities, and it does that. It really does. So here's how I propose we change that. Number one, when you see something you don't like, don't block it. This is really hard. But in a world where we can simply block a social media post we don't like, we end up creating bubbles. And we don't want to be in a bubble. We want to hear different perspectives. We want to understand different people. We want to experience different forms of humanity. That's how we understand each other better. And so when you see something you don't like, interact with it. Engage with it. Try to understand it to the best of your human abilities, because at the end of the day, the one thing that connects us all is our humanity. Number two, when you see something online that proposes you the ability to be engaged with your community, whether it be a protest or whether it be the farmer's market, do it. We live in a world where we can simply post a black square on Instagram or repost a news article, and we call that participation. That's passive. I'm encouraging you all and myself to be active. And thirdly, and lastly, use your voice. Social media is a really powerful tool, but it only works when we use it effectively. That means creating opportunities. That means sharing your opinions, being loud, being proud, doing something, doing anything. And in doing that something, you'll find people who want to do exactly what you're doing. You'll find community. You'll create togetherness. What's the alternative? What would happen if we don't use social media as a tool for empowerment? What would happen if we are simply passive or compliant? We know what will happen. Division, policy changes, compliance. A world in which we stop using our voices as a world that is no longer shaped for us. I'm here today to encourage you all to use social media as a tool for togetherness, to remind ourselves the power us as individuals hold, and to remember Iran, remember the people of Iran who have so much individual power they can create an entire movement through one post. Humanity's given us one of the most powerful tools for change, and it currently lies in the hands of our youth. What happens next is up to us. Thank you.